If you want a garden that produces more fruits, flowers, and seeds, well, then you need to support the hardest workers in the gardening community, and that is the pollinators. And that's exactly what we're talking about here in this episode of our daily gardening routine. What's up, world? I'm Big City Gardener. Let's get to it. No matter the size of the space, we can turn it into a pollinator paradise. Pollinators like bees, butterflies, beetles, and hummingbirds, they do all of the work in our garden. So plants like tomatoes, squash, cucumbers, and melons, without pollinators, they're pointless. In Zone 9, we have a longer growing season. And a longer growing season gives us the opportunity to produce more flowers and plants for pollinators, but only if we give them the ideal conditions. If you want to bring pollinators to your garden, then you need to make sure that you're feeding them properly. And one of the easiest ways to feed them properly is by planting extra herbs that you let go to flower. Things like oregano, dill, cilantro. After you've harvested what you need, then allow the plant to just grow and feed the pollinators. Next, try planting native flowers. They bloom based on your growing zone. They're usually drought tolerant, and they'll attract local pollinators to your garden. Also, you want to plant things that bloom continuously and have a variety of colors. That way, you're providing food for the pollinators throughout the growing season and giving them a variety of different foods to choose from. Pollinators need more than just food. They need a place to land, rest, and hydrate. One of the easiest ways to provide water for pollinators is by creating a watering dish. Think about it. Pollinators have been flying from garden to garden, flower to flower, pollinating all day. They're thirsty, but they need a place where they can land and drink safely. So let's make that. Grab one of these, a saucer. Grab some of these, rocks. Put the rocks in the saucer, fill it up with water, and put it anywhere in your garden. This gives the pollinators a safe place to land and hydrate while they're doing all their work. If you live in Zone 9, then be prepared to refill this watering dish daily in the summertime. Next, create a place where the pollinators can land and rest. This is simply an unkept corner of your garden. Now look, I know a lot of people, they like to keep everything neat and tidy, but me, you'll notice there's little spots in my garden where I let the leaves grow, the branches fall over, and break down. I do it to help build strong soil, but I also do it to provide a place for the pollinators to land and hibernate and do their thing. These areas also serve as places where native bees can live. In this area, I make sure that it is a pesticide-free zone. No organic or chemical sprays are allowed. That way, I'm giving the pollinators a chance to survive and do their thing. Because even though our pesticides or insecticides may be organic, they can still kill some of the natural pollinators in your garden. And if you are going to use pesticides in your garden, make sure you're applying them early in the morning or late in the evening. That in-between time, that's when our pollinators are active. And if you spray during that time, you run the risk of affecting your pollinators. So how do I incorporate this information about pollinators into my daily 15-minute gardening routine? Simple, you just garden. Look, by allowing some of our herbs to go to flower, by making sure we have a watering dish that's filled with water, and by simply planting a variety of plants and flowers that bloom at different times, you're doing your part daily. Because these small daily actions will keep our garden buzzing with life throughout the gardening season. And when the bees, butterflies, and other pollinators are happy, I guarantee you and your garden will be also. So if you want bigger harvests, make sure you have healthy soil and you're creating a space for pollinators to thrive. It's that simple. Now let me know your favorite flowers and plants that you plant for the pollinators down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and share this video, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out the next episode where we're talking about succession planting, a way to keep your garden thriving and producing year-round.